This is the Las Vegas Venom versus the Tampa Bay Brigade. First race of the second match of the day in Dallas, Texas. Let's see it. And they're off. Brandon Thayers for the Brigade, Eddie G for the Venom. Now, the Tampa Bay Brigade have been having a dominant season. They've been going against some of the best teams in the league and absolutely destroying. Now, they're much more a team than we've ever seen them be, and the same can be said for the other side, for the Venom. This is actually the first time they have a full roster, probably in their entire organization's history, actually. Just a lot of unfortunate hands have been dealt their way, no pun intended, they're from Vegas. But there's just so much that they had to overcome. They have Wes Kitts here today, which is an Olympian, and they were able to pull that off. They have Alex Smith, of course, taking the reins as well, so it's going to be a fun time to see them play. Now, for the Brigade, lots of rookies, lots of things happening, but they're playing like seasoned veterans.
Yeah, and I want to bring it back to the Venom. When they played the Sharks the last time, and even though the score was what it was, the Sharks was definitely very dominant there, but that doesn't tell the full tape of it. They were competitive in a lot of the races, and a lot of the races they were very close to winning. So I'm excited to see them, like you said, with a full roster now, being able to attack well-oiled Brigade team today.
I totally agree, Taylor. I think that they've played some of the best teams in the league, and the same can be said for them. So we're just going to see who's more dominant here. It looks like the Venom have a slight lead here with Whitney Cutter in that third quadrant, and Jocelyn Williams is not too far behind. These ladies are strong. They're going to be switching out. Smooth transitions for the Venom. Finally, this is the Venom team that I've been waiting to see all season long, and I know Jess Kraisman is really happy about the Brigade's performance as well. Both of these teams are crushing it. These are probably some of the fastest partner forward I've seen all day, Taylor.
Oh, wow. There's a big transition, a long transition, actually on both sides. So you're about to see Wes Kitts in for the first time, and he is going to crush this. But let's see if the Brigade can pick it up. And but the Venom has been pretty smooth and clean, a lot cleaner than the Brigade so far.
185 pounds for Wes Kitts, the Olympian. I mean, doesn't get much easier than that to ask of him. Here's Kyle Massey for the Brigade, chipping away at those thrusters. Lydia Smith is in for the Venom. Can the Venom pull off a partner forward win here? Just a few elements to go. 4 reps remaining on the Venom side for Lydia. 5 reps remaining for Rebecca Rouse, an Olympic weightlifter, extremely strong lady. Wes Kitts is on that heavy rope, 2-inch diameter. He's gonna do 10 of them since he's in the 4th quadrant. Oh my gosh, Taylor, what can I say except for watch this happen. Kyle Massey with the really fast rope. Lydia Smith, a few faults. Is that going to cost her? Can they take the win? Lydia Smith, Wes Kitts, Venom, take that partner forward. Wow!
That was Lydia got a little bit tripped up in there, and Rebecca was cruising on there and made up a lot of different. It just came down to a split second. They had enough lead to take the win. This is what we're going to be seeing a lot of back and forth all day today.
Wow, it looks like they're saying to hold the equipment. Something might be happening, but Coach Tom is saying something might be throwing some kind of challenge flag. They did lose that partner forward. We're going to see what happens in just a second. That was insane, Taylor. I think that was the very first partner forward win for the Venom all season, and I'm sure they're very happy about it. They need that.
Yeah, they really do, but let's see what happens. Tomas is up there. I think they're debating if it's worth throwing the challenge flag again. Like, you have to be sure and positive that you're going to throw it, and Tomas doesn't look too sure if he's going to do it or not.
Yeah, you have to throw the challenge flag within 30 seconds of it actually happening. I don't know that he threw the challenge flag, so we're going to find out in just a second. The challenge flag is still in his pocket, technically. You have to throw it within 30 seconds, so I'm not sure exactly what's happening.
I think it was a ref challenge. I see the flag over there.
A referee challenge. Oh, you're right, Taylor. Yeah. I'm blind. Thank you for that.
I just saw it myself.
I see the checkered flag on the ground. We're going to find out in a second from Daniel, so we don't really need to speculate too much, but they are bringing the equipment back out. Oh, that's going to hurt, Taylor. That's going to hurt.
Literally and physically.
Yes. So, I don't know. Let's take a look at the grid, though. Everybody's deliberating. Coach Tomas is talking. Brandon is talking. Tomas is saying that he's making sure that he didn't have to throw his flag, but the referees are telling him that it was a referee challenge flag. We're going to go ahead and take it to Daniel over on the grid. Daniel?
We're on the grid. It looks like there's a couple things that we're trying to sort out. The first thing is that the referee's saying there may be a penalty on the coach of the Brigade, Tomas Pacenda, for putting his hands on the athletes as they're coming into the hash box. But also, there's a discrepancy with the Brigade wanting to throw their challenge flag because of reps completed in quadrant 4. We're going to get it all taken care of. We're going to look at it, and we'll be back with just a ruling in just a second.
Wow, that's interesting, Taylor. Do you think that they're still allowed to throw the bonus flag at this? The challenge flag at this point?
I think it's too late for them to throw the challenge flag right now. So we'll see what happens. But that is this was a rule that was implemented a couple of years back where the coach on the sidelines is not allowed to touch the athlete on the sidelines. And if there is a penalty there, then that will be assessed. But they saw that on the Brigade side, but I also saw that on the Venom side as well, too.
I can't dispute otherwise, Taylor, but, I mean, fair is fair. They're going to have to check them out and see what's happening, but a lot happening here on the grid. Equipment's still out. If I had to guess, they're probably going to rerun those last 2 quadrants. It wouldn't be all of the quadrants, correct?
Exactly, because if they'll see if there's a penalty that will be assessed. But then now also, if the reps on the Venom side was in fact needed to be disputed, then they will definitely have to rerun the last 2 quadrants. And this is probably not the best or the most fun race to rerun because it's so much more reps than any other partner for it. It's usually the reps typically decrease. This is the only format where the reps actually increase throughout the crew.
Right. I need to stay warm for all of these athletes here. The referees are deliberating. Daniel is following the head referee, looking like the referee has a ruling. He's right next to me, but I'm trying to ignore what he's saying right now because I don't want to give you any misinformation. I'm going to let Daniel give you the right information because he is that guy right now. But, I mean, the equipment's out, Taylor. What do you think the best course of action is if you had to guess?
They're going to have to rerun it, but I'm also thinking about the mirror after this. They have the back squat mirror. So you already saw some of the heavy hitters that to finish at the end. You also saw some of the heavy hitters finish at the end, but these are also going to be the same athletes that are going to be doing the back squat mirror right afterwards.
That's right, Taylor. So go ahead and take a look at these. So actually on the 4th camera, can we take it there really quick? We can see all of the equipment being cleaned up. Wow, that's amazing. So it looks like they're not going to rerun it. And I don't know if anything's going to happen with the Brigade's points because they would take away that point if they decided it would have definitively affected the outcome of the race. So we'll find out in just a second. In the meantime, let's take a look at these rosters and talk about these teams real quick. And here we are, of course, we are looking at Wes Kitts. Wes Kitts is a seriously skilled Olympic weightlifter, of course, because he goes to the Olympics. What more can we say there? Alex Smith is going to be taking up a lot of body weight stuff this match format because of the L-sit to handstands and doing all of those things. I'm looking forward to seeing Dakota Shackleton, of course, as he steps up. Dylan Florentine is unfortunately dealing with some kind of injury, so he's not doing too much today, but of course he is here as veteran leadership. Seth Heber is a rookie. This is his first time competing on the grid, as well as Julia Cook, who is a Marine.
Ooh,
yeah, fun fact about her.
We have a lot of servicemen and women, or former servicemen and women in here, so thank you all who have served.
Thank you.
I'm going to be also looking at Tori Height over here.
Oh, yeah.
She was a monster in the previous match and took over a lot of the workload there, so I'm looking for her to keep on showing her value all day today. Then I'm also looking at Danielle Berry to also help with the gymnastics and body weight load. Then I'm also looking at McKenna Meeby over here. She is a strong woman there. So her and Marissa are going to be doing probably a brunt of the sandbag and crawl under during the echo. So I'm excited to see their women perform.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Tampa Bay Brigade while we're here looking at rosters. Special stuff happening. Dan Tai really surprised me last match. I think he really came back and made a difference here. So it's I'm really excited to see him kind of do something. So Marissa Oxenford, of course, for all the gymnastics. Chris Chaffee is set to be in a ringer point today as well. Brittany Latham, proven himself to be a very skilled, strong woman. And of course, Courtney Moss. He is the man with the cowboy hat, and we know. And I think, actually, if you got to see the Venom pull out their cowboy hats, they did it because of Courtney Moss. This was a nod to Courtney Moss. Courtney Moss is kind of that guy, though. He's the cowboy hat guy. So that's how we know him. So that's why the Venom came out with the hats. And Ariana Durham, of course, Olympic weightlifter, very skilled.
And I'm going to keep my eyes on this little firecracker right over here, Hannah Bissett. She is, I was speaking with her in the back. She's excited about this. She's also nervous. She is trying out a little different technique and skill and with the aerial. So
cool.
I'm excited to see her do a lot of the high skill gymnastics.
Me too. Let's go ahead and take it to Daniel on the grid and find out what's happening. Daniel?
All right, we're back on the grid. It looks like we got everything sorted out. So the two discrepancies that were going on was the Brigade wanted to challenge. Because it was past the 30 seconds after the race, they couldn't challenge any rulings made on the floor in the race. However, the referees deemed that Tomas had a penalty because he indeed stepped on the grid and made contact with the athlete prior to the athlete being in the hash area. So because of that, the Brigade are going to receive a loss for the race, which really didn't indicate any difference in the score because they ended up losing the race anyways. The score is going to remain 2-1 Venom at this time. And hey, the Brigade got some catching up to do, so we'll see what happens here going forward.
Wow, I was not expecting that, and I also wasn't expecting Venom management to put these hats on our head.
I know. I was like, I didn't even know this hat was even here. I'm like, what in the world?
As we said, this was a nod to Courtney Moss. One thing about the Venom, they're putting on a show. That's for sure. Howdy, Texas. So,
This is Texas.
ooh, sing it, Cowboy Carter. So good. We're getting ready for this mirror race. Let's go ahead and get educated on what it's about. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Be right back.
Mirror, the second race of every match, always features a barbell element. A male and a female barbell are placed in the first quadrant. Upon the start of the race, both are picked up by the team in any fashion by the 3 men and 3 women allowed in the race at any given time. Once the barbell leaves the ground, it may not touch the ground again until all reps are complete. If it does, the entire team must return to the start line before continuing. A set number of reps must be completed by both genders in each quadrant before the team can move on. Non-lifting players will act as the human rack to support the barbells as the team moves from quadrant to quadrant and switches performing players in the process as needed. Substitutions may happen at any time.
And we're getting ready for this mirror race. Of course, human racks are going to move the barbell down the grid, and it cannot touch the ground. It's going to be 10 back squats in every single quadrant, the men's weight being 315 pounds, and the women being 210.
I am so excited to see these big boys move. I'm already looking at Brendan Thayer. He made that look like it was 135 pounds. But I know West Kiss, I was talking to him in the back, and he said that he was excited to do this, that the weights actually felt good. I actually asked him if he still remember how to play grid. And I think he has a little bit of idea, but he said everything felt good, so he's excited to be back out here.
I mean, he's killing it, and they all are. I mean, look at these transitions for the Brigade. It looks like they have a decent lead going into that next quadrant. They're waiting to take it into that next quadrant. Venom with a little bit of a hiccup on that transition, but they were able to come back from it, and they keep on going. Dan Hardiman is going to tag out for Dylan Florentine because he is fast at those squats. Kyle Massey finishing off that last rest before they move into that 4th quadrant, and they are going to move it like butter. Look at Brittany Latham. She is so fast on those. The Venom are trying to keep up on the other side, but it looks like the Brigade have a very strong lead going into this one. Marissa Mayer, Dylan Florentine, but it is a little bit too late. They are going to take that mirror
That was probably one of the smoothest and cleanest mirrors I've seen, especially with a back squat mirror.
Textbook.
Oh, it was textbook. It was smooth, the communication, the transitions, like it doesn't get any better than that. And unfortunately, like on the Venom side, the men look well, but you're only as strong as your weakest link. And the women, it's a heavy weight. It's 210 pounds. And so the women was a little bit on the slower side. And unfortunately, you can't progress into the next quadrant until both partners have finished.
That's right, Taylor. It is unfortunate, but something interesting was happening there, and it looks like they were able to overcome it, though. But we're going to go ahead and hear a few words from our friend Daniel on the grid with a special guest. Daniel?
All right, we're back on the grid with Brigade coach Tomas Pacenda. Tomas, had a penalty in the first race. Obviously, it didn't dictate the end result because you guys end up losing. It's a slow start. What do you got to do to overcome the slow start? Because it seems like that's been the Achilles heel for the Brigade this far.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'd call it passion. That's why I was out there and almost got ourselves a fault, so that's on me. I own that. But, yeah, we have a different team than last year. We are more of a finishing team, and we overcome adversity. Last year, we never lost a partner forward or mirror. This year, we never won a partner forward. So it's very different. We're used to coming from behind a little bit. We had a couple of mistakes, and then we clean it up throughout the match and finish strong, so that's what we're going to do.
All right, so the stakes are high. Obviously, you can't look past the Venom today, but there is a big match looming tomorrow. What do you tell the team to get them focused on just today's match?
Yeah, so we've said the entire time that it's the first match that matters. We go into this not thinking about the next one. We know it's going to be a good match. We hope both teams go into it undefeated, but we're focusing on this one, and then we'll look at the next one later.
Well, the Brigade are right here in it. They're in the thick of it. They're getting ready for, obviously, a good match ahead of them, but they're definitely not overlooking the Venom because they're bringing it today. Tomas, I appreciate the time, brother. Thank you.
Thanks for that, Daniel. We're getting ready for this ringer point race, and it is a bit of a doozy. It's going to be the handstand obstacle course, which is pretty hard to explain. But it's going to be Alex Smith of the Venom, CrossFit Games athlete, versus the one, the only Chris Chaffee of the Tampa Bay Brigade, who that's kind of his bread and butter, no?
Well, I was actually speaking with Chris, and he was a little bit upset that they chose it, but he's not surprised. And so he said that he just hopes that he actually finished it across. So this is the first time that this ringer has been brought out. So it's going to be interesting to see how they all execute it, because the caveat is that each element must be done unbroken. And I think it's going to come down to these sideways handstand walks at the end, because they got a handstand ramp they got a handstand walk over some hurdles, and then into some we're in saddles, lateral handstand walks, and then finish with a handstand walk around some obstacles.
I think the best way to explain it is just by giving you an aerial view. Yeah, exactly. So that first quadrant is going to be the handstand ramp, which we've seen people have trouble just doing the handstand ramp, but then they got to continue on their hands, and then they got to go over those hurdles. Those hurdles are not supported by anything except for that PVC pipe, which is very easy to fall down, so you do not want to let it fall down, because if it does, it is your sole responsibility to put it back where it goes, which is pretty crazy and hard to recover from. So then you're going to be doing that, the line that each hand must touch when in contact with the ground past the line. So it's a sideways line shuffle is how they describe it. And then a 3-cone bob. So they have to bob outside of the 3 cones, which people usually do on roller skates, but now they're going to do it on their hands.
And these two guys are probably some of the best, if not the best, on their hands. I think they probably run faster on their hands than some people do on their feet. So it's going to be fun to watch this in action. They are definitely going to be the guinea pigs for the rest of the matches coming up. So I've been excited to see how this one goes.
And dare I say, these two players specifically are going to be the standard. You know what I mean? Like, these are two of the best on their hands. I think maybe rivaled by Matthew Rattay.
Yep.
You know, so it's going to be interesting to see for sure. And if Matthew Rattay doesn't do this one today, I'm going to be disappointed.
I gotta say, he's already slated to do it, so he better do it. Come on, Matt. We're talking about you.
So it's going to be a fun one to watch. Let's go ahead and take a look at those game faces. They're reviewing the grid. They're making sure that they know what the standards are, making it real nice and clear. And we're going to see it play out in just a second. It looks like the score is tied, by the way. It's going to be 3-3. That was a partner forward win and a mirror loss for the Venom, and the inverse for the Tampa Bay Brigade, as you can see on that screen. Tampa Bay Brigade are feeling good, looking good. Same thing can be said for the Venom. Both of these teams are fired up.
I'm up here looking at the Venom. They brought all their athletes to the very end, and that's just to show just camaraderie and let the athlete know that they got your back down here, and this is who you're fighting for.
I do love that, and I think the Houston Bandits started that. You know, that was like a big Bandits thing. You know, the player that's doing it starts on the start line. They go, you know, all the way to the finish line. The whole team is there to congratulate them and chill with them, and just be there for them afterward, win or lose. So that's a really fun thing that I think is a good time.
The anticipation, I'm just like, I'm looking at the other athletes. They're running around there. Some of them are still trying to keep their legs warm because right after this, we have the serious echo. That echo is a lot, so you don't want to get too cold in there. But you see everybody still in good spirits. Energy still high.
Yeah, so Alex Smith, Chris Chaffee, it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be a fight. Both of these men vying for this ringer point race, and that's going to be breaking the tie that they have right now. Nobody went into this thinking that it was going to be run away by one team or another, and they are both putting up a fight. 30 seconds from the start of the action, Taylor. I mean, what do we think?
I don't know. I know that Chris Chaffee is definitely playing for his mother. His mother passed away a couple of months ago, so you'll see it on his back. He has a shout out for her, so I know he's going to be doing everything in his power for her.
For sure. This is a lot on the line for both of these teams. Let's see it. And they're on their hands. Alex Smith versus Chris Chaffee. And it looks like Alex Smith is already past the hurdles as Chris Chaffee comes down from the ramp. He has to do that lateral walk down the line. Wow, he faulted on it. He has to redo it. Chris Chaffee has the lead now. Can Alex Smith finish that line? Chris Chaffee also with a fault now. Oh man, this is going to give them some trouble. Both of them with the fault. Alex Smith back, upside down. Oh, and he made it through. He has to get to the next quadrant. Cones outside, handstand walk on the outside of the cones. Chris Chaffee is trying his best to hit that lateral walk. Alex Smith walking into the finish line, and that's a ringer point race for the Venom. Wow.
Oh my goodness. I said it earlier, I think this was going to come down to the sideways shuffle. The standards on here are incredibly, incredibly tough. Like if I was just Chris, I would just stop. I think he's going to call it because it's not going to be within the 20%. So he's not going to get that point. So no need to waste extra energy.
Wow, that is extremely frustrating for Chaffee. I know that he really wanted to complete that one. He was frustrated. His team was telling him to kind of calm down a little bit just because no use in getting upset. If you don't finish within 20%, you don't get the point. So there's no point in, you know, crying over spoiled milk. They just have to get over it. He's over there already with a smile on his face, so I'm sure he'll get over it in just a second. Yeah, it's a hard one.
Yeah, and they were the guinea pigs. This is the first time that this ringer has been performed, and so I heard Chris yell out, "What is the rule?" And this is a learning lesson for everybody. And so you have to have both hands on the tape before you can move. And so he wasn't quite meeting that standard, but it's a tough one. It's very strict. So.
That's right. It's definitely really hard. And I don't think I've ever seen that before. I mean, personally, like that sideways shuffle in anywhere, like not in grid, not in CrossFit. So pretty insane, pretty fun to watch. It was definitely a fight. Both of them had trouble with it. So interesting to see how the teams move on from that going into the next ones. But in the meantime, we're going to be educated together on the Echo race. And we're going to learn why it's called the Echo. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
The Echo race is made up of 4 stations of elements that each must be completed before moving on in the race. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time. but only one player at a time can perform reps. Substitutions may happen at any time. Once the Echo race is complete, get ready, because the same race will be repeated 45 seconds later. This race is about managing fatigue with your best players and leveraging roster depth to keep performance at a max pace through the second Echo. Remember, get ready to do it again in the Echo race.
I'm the biggest tourist ever.
So I landed yesterday, and as you know, I love exploring, so we're going to go to the famous Muscle Beach in Miami.
This place isn't for everyone, but it's nice to see that, wow, look at that. There's just massive planes just flying around. Tourist Dan has arrived in Miami. Being in shape shows that you're dedicated, you work hard, you take the time to look after yourself. It's a form of self-care, form of discipline, and it's a form of success, like through your own body, which is quite cool. There's loads of free weights. Might get some kettlebells, practice some kettlebell snatches because I've got them tomorrow, maybe. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. We're not going to give it away to the other teams though.
My dad probably just popped the rugby ball in my hand. I think I was basically doing contact rugby when I was 5, 6 years old. The way I got introduced to professional rugby was just watching it on TV, knowing that that was my dream, that's what I wanted to do. I managed to make it and sign my first pro contract when I was 17.
So we're at BJ's restaurant here and I'm about to meet the team for the first time. Super excited, let's do it. Hello!
Oh my goodness!
I do exist. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hi.
Nice to see you, all right? Hello.
Hey, Dan.
How you doing,
Kyle,
man?
what's
Kyle,
up?
nice to meet you,
Mike,
all right?
man.
Hey, Mike, nice to meet you, all right? I'm making a little video just saying I've come to America, so you can wave and say hello. Thank you. Excited for tomorrow. It's going to be good.
Yeah, it gets more exciting, doesn't it? I've seen the grid now. I haven't stepped foot on it, but I'm so excited.
The best sort of feelings, isn't it? A bit of adrenaline coming, so just trying to keep it a little bit calm because I know that for me, as soon as that race sound goes, I'll be flying, hopefully.
Players ready, stand by, race!
And we are back. Hello, hello. And we're back. This is the Echo. We have 75-pound sandbag over wall plus a jump. It's going to be 16 of those. The men are going to go jumping over the wall. The women are going to crawl under the wall, and that wall is 6 feet 1 inch. It's going to be 8 aerials. There we go. In quadrant 2. And followed by, in quadrant 3, it's going to be 3 ring to handstands. And finally, we're going to finish off with 60-foot sled push, 40-foot rope sled pull with the feet static. They cannot move. And then 60-foot sled push.
Yeah, so this is going to be fun. We saw it in the first match. I think it's going to come down to the speed of the aerials and then going into the ring, hang to handstand, seeing which team has the better or the faster athlete. Because at this point, everybody has an athlete that can do it, but how fast can they go? And I was talking with Hannah Bissett in the back, and she was kind of nervous because she's switching up her technique from what she did last year. And she said she's going to look to do 2 in a row, where I think last year she was just doing singles, and I was like, high risk, high reward. She's like, most definitely. And I watched her practice. She looked at me, she smiled, she gave a little thumbs up, so I think she feels confident with it.
She looked amazing doing those. She does 2 in a quadrant. We saw Briley Hansen debut that last season because that was the first season that we had aerials, if I'm not mistaken. Briley Hansen did 2 in the quadrant. You have to stay within the confines of quadrant 2, which is really hard to do. So the fact that Briley was able to do that, and she's a larger athlete, made it, you know, so that people wanted to do that as well. Because not to mention the fact that Briley had the best aerial time last season.
Yeah, and I think Sabrina Cheney from the Breakers probably just smashed that. She was just turning around in a circle, just doing it in place. I don't know if anybody else can beat that time, but it's going to be fun to watch how the Venom come back. Little teeny Hannah Bissett. I love her. She's such a firecracker.
Oh, she is great. And she's an excellent grid athlete as well. Everything she does is just so fast. She's like a little bullet.
Oh, my gosh. And the nicest person as well, too.
Yes, that too. 1000%. Couldn't agree more. So going into this, we saw a lot of people having trouble with... What do you think they had the most trouble with, Taylor?
I think I saw a little bit of trouble on the last match with the sandbag over for the women. And so the guys were pretty easy. They could get it over, and they were just kind of flying over the wall. I saw a couple of interesting techniques on the Venom side with it, but they look pretty easy. But it depends on who athletes have the taller women, or if they can just throw it over a lot easier.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, it was really that push. It just because it takes a long time, and it's only one person that can do it at a time, you know? I think that's the hardest part, is that it's not something that you can kind of like waterfall and help each other out with, kind of like aerials or something else, but it's definitely one of those things that just takes a while to happen.
Exactly, and then you can't touch the next person cannot touch the bag until that athlete that has threw the bag over has crawled or jumped over and touched that bag.
That's right. They are about to start those any second now. We're looking forward to this next one. And it looks like Ariana Durham is getting ready to come out for the Tampa Bay Brigade, which I love to watch her move. She's an Olympic weightlifter, moves really well, so strong, used to play in kids grid. So this is going to be a fight to the finish. Echo number 1, let's go. Seth Hebert making his grid debut over there for the Las Vegas Venom. That's going to be the purple team on your left. And that's Marissa Mara waiting in the wings. Ariana Durham came out for the Tampa Bay Brigade. And it looks like Garrison Matthews is coming out as well to help her out any second now. And
Seth Hebert, that's a tall drink of water right there. He might as well just step over it. But he is the big chunking portion of it. I'm probably going to be doing the majority of the reps for the Venom, which is going to give them a great lead.
I love this strategy that they're doing, that they both go to both sides of the wall to kind of transition, and it makes for really fast. They both get to recover. They both get to do exactly what they're supposed to do. It looks like it's only very slightly faster than the Venom, though. So Seth Hebert really making light of that wall, though, as well. Garrison Matthews fast on that side, too.
Marissa had a little bit of a no rep over there on the Venom side because they just got another costly no rep because Seth is actually touching the bag before Marissa can crawl under and touch it. So we said this earlier, that the other athlete cannot touch the bag until the athlete that has thrown the bag over has successfully touched it.
Yeah, it looks like Seth Hebert cost them some time here. Lydia Smith not really understanding what the transition is. Hannah Bissett telling the cameraman to move, and there are only a few reps remaining here. A lot of confusion for the sandbag for the Venom. Seth Hebert trying his best to make up time, and that was the last rep. Danielle Barry getting ready to do those aerials, but the Brigade are already on those L-sit to handstand. Look at Chaffee move. Oh, he's coming back. Oh, look at that. Wow. Textbook handstands. Wow.
I'm pretty sure he had a 10-second goldfish rule from the ringer point because he just destroyed that.
Wow, Danielle Barry, Alex Smith waterfalling those aerials. A little bit of trouble happening there. I don't think that Alex Smith was supposed to be doing any of those aerials, but it looks like he's stepping up to take some of the slack. He's doing those L to handstands. They're already on the pull. Brittany Latham, wow, what an athlete.
The ref is up here yelling at the athletes to stop. So I don't know what's going on. Look like some miscommunication, but they're just going to let them play.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but McKenna Neeb is starting on that sled push. I mean, speaking to Jess Kraisman, she did say that they would have a lead going into the sled push. So she did say that they might be throwing that bonus flag. I don't know if it's the safest thing, though, just because it was a lot of miscommunication. But we'll see how it goes. But Brandon Thayers is pulling that thing into the finish line, and that is a finish for the Tampa Bay Brigade. Wow.
Oh, man.
What a win. Thomas Pacenda really with that energy. He brought a different kind of fire today.
He is, yeah. There was a little bit of miscommunication. Don't quite know what that was about right there. But I'm interested to see if the Venom comes back on this one and kind of have Seth just adjust. He was throwing it too far over, but then we got West Kids finishing up over here. But I think they're going to tell Seth to
West Kids looking at Paul like, do I have to try my best? I don't know what's happening. Yeah. West Kids is like, oh, I have to take this thing all the way into the finish line. I don't know exactly what's happening. They have 20 seconds left. What is happening? What on earth
I think
are
they're
they
going to have them rest. So this is.
Are they just putting on a show?
No, I think they're going to have him because once the implement crosses, that's when the 45 seconds start. So he had West just slow down at the end, knowing that they're going to finish, but they're trying to help them get a little bit more of extra rest.
That is so smart, can I just say. But it looks like Coach Paul Bear is trying to get their attention. Not exactly sure what's happening. That was so smart. I've never seen that be done before. Oh, slow down so that you don't restart the clock so that I can like have more time for my team to rest.
That's a really good coach's move right there for Paul. So knowing and recognizing that like your team is a little bit tired, a little fatigued, give them a couple of extra seconds. Those extra seconds does make a big difference. So, but let's see how. Whoa. You better hurry up and get down to the end.
They're pausing the clock. Oh boy, not sure exactly what's happening here. I think they're trying to see if they have the right amount of weights on each side. Equipment crew's running around here, making sure everything is good. They're putting an extra 20 seconds on the clock. I don't know exactly what went wrong that last time with the sandbag thing, but it looks like Coach Paul's telling them, don't let that happen again, lock in, and let's do it. Wow, you can hear a pin drop in here, Taylor. It is intense. The Las Vegas Venom are really looking to come back from that one. That was really unfortunate that happened. But the Tampa Bay Brigade absolutely crushed that last echo. They didn't throw the bonus flag, but we'll see what's happening going into this one. Mike Rosa, Ariana Durham for the Tampa Bay Brigade. Mike Rosa is going to go ahead and take the reins here. Seth Hebert, Lydia Smith, same strategy as last time, that somebody's waiting on the other side, which is a really great strategy. Marissa Mayer getting ready to touch it. Making sure that Seth touches it first is the important part. You know, you can't get too ahead of yourself, but having that lead and closing that gap that they missed before, I think is going to be a real difference maker for him.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it was a smart call on the Brigade not to throw the bonus flag, because they actually were behind for a while, but I think especially with a little miscommunication towards the end. So I think that Coach Paul made sure that they understood the rules. He is a rookie. Seth is a rookie. So I don't think that mistake is going to happen here. I think we're looking at a closer.
That's right. 1 rep remaining for the Venom. It looks like the referee put his hand up and gave them an extra rep. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. That was weird. Hannah Bissett doing her aerials. Oh, she's doing her thing. That's crazy. Wow. What a star athlete. Chris Chaffee on those ring to handstands. He is crushing it. Last one here for him. Alex Smith having to make it up here for Danielle Berry. Looks like she's a little dizzy. Oh, yeah, boy. Alex Smith.
Danielle missed. She missed, and she actually landed on her head a little bit. So I really hope that she's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
She's a little shaken up.
She just learned how to do those in the beginning of the season, but Mike Rosa is coming in. He's already on that push. Brittany's going to have to start that. Oh, she's on the wrong part. Do they put the sled back for that? It looks like they don't.
Yep.
Oh, he has to push it back to where it was.
Here's the opportunity.
Wow, that's going to cost them some time. McKenna Neve is bringing that sled out. 60-foot sled push. And then it's going to be a pull. Then it's going to be that push again. It cost them some serious time, but it's going to be really hard to make it up here, right, Taylor?
Yeah. So there was a little bit of a confusion there. Brittany was actually actually pulling in the second quadrant. And the rule is you have to be in the first quadrant and your feet cannot move. And so she was in the second quadrant, so they had to push it back to where it was and then get back situated.
Wow, West Kids with that sled push. Wow.
It's lifting up.
He is crushing that. If he had a few seconds, he would have crushed that. Wow.
Oh, wow, they came back. They made up a lot of time, and that was a lot
great.
closer.
I've never seen anyone move a sled like that here before.
Wow.
That was insane.
That was a great comeback from
oh, Coach Paul with the challenge flag. Wow. Challenge flag is on the floor for Coach Paul.
I thought he was doing the dance move. He got the...
Oh, he sure is. You know he likes to put on a show, Taylor.
I know. He out there showing a little bit of chest, so I wasn't sure if he thought he was in the club or what.
They're from Vegas.
Exactly.
One in Vegas. So they're going to throw a challenge flag. Not sure exactly why that is. Looks like Jess Kraisman isn't too happy about it as well. But we're going to wait for Daniel to tell us a little more before we speculate. A lot of anger coming from the Tampa Bay Brigade for the bonus flag. I would be honestly upset too. It's really important that the Brigade get those points if I'm the Brigade, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, these are the last two matches between today and tomorrow, so every single point matters, especially when it comes to the playoffs. So the Brigade are going to be fighting for every single point on there. So they're already a firecracker of a team out here, so if they see something, they're going to let you know that they see it.
Absolutely, especially because they're in the same conference, you know? It looks like the Brigade are positive in the conference, but the Venom are negative, so I know that the Venom are really looking to get a positive on this one. The Venom are negative 21 points right now, and the Tampa Bay Brigade are negative 12 points. But in just a minute, we're going to find out exactly what's happening from Daniel. But we'll see. It looks like there's something being discussed. Daniel, I need to know what's happening.
All right, so it looks like we got two challenges. We got one for the Brigade coach throwing the challenge flag on the aerial starting prior to the last rep of the wall being completed. The Venom are also throwing their challenge flag saying that on the aerials, the Brigade started their aerials out of bounds. So we're going to review it all. We'll come back with a conclusion. We'll see if we have to restart this race.
So they're going to review it and see if it would have definitively affected the outcome of the race. I don't want to speculate on what's going to happen, but all the equipment is still out. If I'm the Venom, though, I throw the flag on the first one, on the first echo, if there was going to be anything on the wall. You know what I mean? So I feel like now they're just kind of grasping at straws.
They are, and I think the Brigade, it was one of those things. The Brigade was like, oh, you're going to throw a challenge flag at us?
Oh,
we're going to throw one back.
1,000%, and that's not what I thought they were going to throw the challenge flag
like,
on.
You won.
Yeah.
Like, you won. You're throwing the challenge flag. You want them to rerun it. You won.
Right. So they're like, oh, you're going to throw the challenge flag on me? I'm going to throw it on you. I saw Jess Kraisman from her side of the grid yelling at the Venom like, oh, and you didn't do this and that and that. And there was like a back and forth, and it was so cool, and I love to watch it. And that is what I really live for, I think, in sports, is watching that intensity play out.
And this is why you have to come see it live.
Yeah.
Because it's so much, like, it's fun watching it online, but seeing it live is a complete different beast and energy.
100%, and I hope all of you at home have major FOMO because you really are missing out on a great time if you're not here in Dallas, Texas, or if you've never seen Grid. You should really try to come out to the next one. The next one will be in the Kissimmee area in August, and I'll get you more information on that soon. You can find more information on our Instagram as well. That's going to be the playoffs and the championships. It's going to be a blast. We always have a lot of fun on the Grid.
Oh, we do. And then I compare watching this live, like reading a book and seeing a movie.
Yeah.
Like, you read a book, you get excited about it, and you have the visualization, but then when you see the movie, like, oh, it all makes sense, even more so. So it's the exact same thing in Grid. You can listen to our beautiful voices as well talking about and visualize what's going on, but when you see it in person, your energy, you're going to be sweating.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens here. It looks like they're picking up all of the Echo equipment, though. It might just be because if they do rerun it, it's not going to involve the wall at all. So we're better to just get that transition out of the way with all of that stuff. Looks like there's 20 seconds on the clock. But going into the next one, it's going to be a doozy.
Oh, I love this sport.
Me too. The next race is going to be the ladder. We're not quite there yet, though. We're still trying to figure out what exactly is happening. Everybody's getting comfortable. They're trying to figure out if they need to put the sled back, what's happening with the sled. We're looking at those walls go away. Bye-bye walls until next, until the sprint relay, actually. We'll see them again, but fun times.
I'm actually looking over at the Venom, and it's good to see Danielle Berry walking around because she did take a nasty fall during one of her aerials. She missed it, didn't quite catch it right, and I did see her land over on her neck, and she kind of shook it off. Alec picked up another one. She went and tried to do another one, but kind of cartwheeled it out and just took herself out, and Alec just finished the rest of it. So it's good to see her walking around. Let's see how she performs for the rest of the match.
Yeah, I missed that. It's unfortunate. It seems like Danielle has her fair of, her fair share of bodyweight specialist mishaps and injuries here on the grid. So hopefully she recovers from that. And if she does have to redo those, that she crushes it. I know she has to do a ringer point later.
Oh, yeah, she has
you really want her to be able to kind of participate in that. And you need her to. Nobody else can do that.
Exactly. And then we have aerials in the sprint relay. And so if that's her job, then they may have to outsource it to Alec, and that could mess up with the situation and their format and their strategy. So I'm be interested to see how she feels and if she still has her confidence by sprint relay.
Definitely. It looks like the referees are still deliberating, still trying to come to a decision. So sorry, for the delay. It's not supposed to take this long, but definitely good to see them taking this so seriously because this doubleheader, I mean, it means everything for both of these teams.
And you mentioned it earlier, the Venom, they're kind of definitely working from a deficit right now. The Brigade, they have a positive score right now. They're just trying to extend that out even more. And we've seen matches where anything can happen, where somebody can go on a run and crush a big differential. But if this comes for a tie, they're going to be looking at how much of a differential to decide that last spot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Let's go ahead and take it to the fourth camera. Daniel, I need to know what's happening. Give me something.
All right, so here's what happened. The referees reviewed, and the Brigade are going to lose their challenge flag because the Venom did start the reps at the right time, but the Venom's challenge flag is going to be upheld because Hannah Bassett doing her aerials was out of bounds on one of her reps. So we're going to restart the last two elements of this race. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll dictate the outcome of the race. Maybe it won't, but we'll watch it play out.
That was correct. Therefore, one of the
Wow. So, like, that is as good a deal as the Venom are going to get because they were you know, struggling with everything except for the last two elements.
They are the Vegas of Venom, so
they said bet on us.
Bet on it. and to have Alec and Chris, it's another showdown.
It's another showdown. Dare I say? Right. Dare I say, Chris Chaffee though, like his size alone just makes him just a little bit faster. I mean. Yeah, this is gonna be crazy. This is the Echo to watch. So we're gonna see how this plays out in just a second. They're getting ready. 22 seconds on the clock. I hope that nobody's cold. I hope they've been staying warmed up. The Venom really have to capitalize on this. If they don't, that's just really unfortunate and a waste of a challenge flag, essentially, and of everybody's efforts. Let's go ahead and take a look at those game faces. Can they do it? Can they come back? Alex Smith versus Chris Chaffee. Alec first to the rings. Ring to handstand is first. He's finishing up that first rep, giving the Venom a lead. They really have to capitalize on this, Taylor. We just talked about it. Really unfortunate thing that happened for the Brigade. I would be upset, but Marissa Mayer is the first one for the sled push. Dakota Shackleton is telling her, watch out, I got this. I'm going to do it just a little bit faster. And they're going to have to start that pull in that third quadrant. But Brandon Thayer's over here for the Brigade. He is starting it. Wow. Marissa Mayer already on the other side. It looks like the Venom pushed that sled too far into the third quadrant. Brandon Thayers is going to make up some time here. Seth Hebert is going to have to make up some time here. That sled is going to the side. It's coming off the grid. That sled is coming off the grid. They have to push it back. Wow, that is so unfortunate.
Oh, wow.
Wow, Brandon Thayer's looking to the side, and he knows that he has that lead. Brittany Latham is saying, hey, stop looking there. You push forward. Marissa Mayer pushing forward. West Kitts pushing forward, taking over. And the Tampa Bay Brigade are going to keep that Echo.
Oh, man,
wow.
That's so unfortunate. So unfortunate on the Venom side. Wow, great job to the Brigade. The Venom was actually ahead off of the hang to the ring handstand, but the issue came is with the sled push. The athlete pushed it too far into the fourth quadrant. So the rule is you have to start the pull from the first quadrant with your feet static. Since it was too far forward, they had to drag it back into the first quadrant, and then they were moving their feet at the same time. So when they're moving their feet, they had to stop. It was a fault. Come back, push the sled back to the corresponding hash mark, and that's where the Brigade took advantage of that mishap. And yeah, the rest
they just pushed it way too far into the third quadrant. It cost them a lot of time to like pull it that far, and then they pulled it in the wrong spot. You know, you got to kind of angle your body and push it in, or else it's going to fall off. And it is your responsibility to do that. Really unfortunate, but a lot of things to look forward to. Still early. But we're going to go ahead and see what Daniel's up to on the grid with our friend Alex Smith. Daniel?
I'm here with Alex Smith of the Venom. Alec, we got to see you in the handstand obstacle course. First time we've seen it. Obviously, when we think of you, we think of an athlete who is very good on their hands. What made that obstacle course so tricky?
Oh man, I've spent more time on my hands than my feet, so I was bummed that I messed that third quadrant up. That third quadrant's tricky. Just like knowing when to turn, and then if any part of your hand touches black, like the whole hand touches the black, it's a no rep. So like just being cautious about that was hard, because it's easy to kind of like go backwards and forwards, but like in a straight line is very difficult. So tripped up on that a couple times. The other three elements are great. Just need to practice that third one a little bit more.
Hey, now that we have it out there, it's in the space, so everybody's going to be practicing. I expect it to be perfect next time. But we got the push press ladder. You've also been doing a lot of strength this year, so when you look at this push press ladder, how far do we see you taking it?
Not too far today. Yeah, I've had a hip injury for the last 2 years, so my strength numbers have been going down. Squatting and pressing are not my best, so hopefully 2 for sure. 3 I'm going to try if I have time. I'm going last, so we'll see. Hopefully with 3.
Well, with the crowd, the momentum, I'm sure you got 3 in you no matter what.
I never landed a one-footed front flip onto one leg before until today, so, you know, anything can happen.
Hey, there's a first for everything. I appreciate the time, Alex.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
What a star athlete for the Las Vegas Venom over there. A lot of great vibes. We're getting ready for this next race, and let's get educated together, friends. Let's watch this video. Tell me what you think of it. We're getting ready for this ladder, and I'll give you the specifics when we come back.
The ladder consists of 2 rows of 4 stations of a strength-based element, 1 row for males and 1 row for females. The weight increases as you move down the grid. Teams send out 1 player at a time, alternating male and female, to perform the designated lift for the match format. Each successful lift has a point value that is added to the team's ladder score. The point value is equal to the quadrant the barbell is sitting in. Players are allowed 1 lift attempt per quadrant and may skip any quadrant they choose, but are never allowed to backtrack once a barbell is passed. The team with the highest total point value at the end of the 4-minute time cap wins. This race is one of the most strategic and coach-reliant of all of the races. As a good game plan and in-the-moment decision-making, to manage time is everything. Remember, lift heavier and score higher in the ladder race.
Welcome back, friends. We're getting ready for the ladder. Taylor, go ahead and tell them what they can look forward to.
All right, today we have the push press ladder, where their man's weight is going to increase to 225, 250, 275, and 300 pounds. And the women's weight is going to increase 140, 160, 180, and a very light 200 pounds in that 4th quadrant. So how this works is that each athlete will work this way through the quadrant, and based off of what quadrant that they're in, will give them their corresponding points. So if they hit the first bar, they'll earn 1 point. If they hit the 4th bar, they'll earn 4 points, with the max total of an athlete being able to receive is 10 points total.
That's right, Taylor. It's going to be a fun one. Both of these are very strong teams. And maybe I say the Brigade has a bit more of a strength bias than the Venom do. I don't know. What are we thinking?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That I think across the board, the Brigade definitely has a more balanced team, but the Venom definitely has the Olympian over there, West Kitts, but he is just one man.
Right.
So it is a team sport, so you have to make sure that at least the majority of your athletes can get through at least 3 bars.
Totally. And it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, the Tampa Bay Brigade women alone, can carry this ladder, right? I'm almost all of them, if not all, can clear the ladder, with the exception of maybe Marissa Oxenford. But they are insane.
That 200-pound bar is definitely going to be very challenging. I know they'll definitely have a couple of women on there that can definitely clear it. I saw Kayla doing it, and I think that 200-pound bar is right near her top end, so I'm not quite sure about that. But the same thing on both sides, but I think the Brigade has a more balance.
Definitely. And they're off. Eddie G is the first one for the Venom, and it's going to be Rebecca Rouse for the Brigade. Rebecca Rouse, of course, is an Olympic weightlifter. Everything she does, I love to watch her move. She's just like a little, like a squat Barbie Olympic weightlifting character. She is awesome. And she's also a former, a Marine. I don't know if you call them former Marines if they're not still active, but she's a Marine, and she crushes.
This is her hometown, too, so she got to sleep in her bed.
She's from Texas. That's awesome that she got to compete here. Here comes Tori Height on the other side. It looks like the Venom have a slight lead as far as how many players they've sent out so far. Tori Height's gonna fault out on that last bar. Here comes Courtney Moss, the man, the myth, the cowboy hat. He's gonna hit that 4th bar. Let's see if he can do it.
Right, he didn't have the hat on for this.
That's a good one for Courtney Moss. Dakota Shackleton on the other side. He is very strong, and he can do a little bit of everything. He can walk on his hands, he can do the gymnastics, and he's very fast. So it's really cool to watch him move too. Brittany Latham over here, we saw her last time. She is She is something else. Wow, look at that. So easy.
And Dakota actually finished and cleared that ladder. He actually did a little double bounce off his chest, used that momentum, and cleared that 300 pounds. It's good to see him from Las Vegas last year.
Sure did. Marissa Maris coming out for the Las Vegas Venom, and it's going to be Dan Haberman for the Brigade. We saw last season being his first, and he is proving why they signed him, because he is really good at whatever they put him in. He's kind of like that guy to fill in the spots wherever they need him, which is really important. I think he patched a lot of the spots that the Brigade were missing. Here comes Wes Kitts on the other side, Olympic weightlifter. Look how fast he's going through this. Wow. This is like what he warms up with. And look how fast he's going. Can he hit that fourth bar? Unquestionably, yes. Wow.
I'm surprised he even paused on that.
Yeah, right? It looked like he could have just gone straight from there. Ariana Durham over here for the Tampa Bay Brigade with the full clean. McKenna Neve coming out for the other side. Can she do it? Ariana Durham ladder clear. Typical. That is awesome. McKenna Neve for the Vegas Venom.
Oh, then we have over here Brendan Thayers, and I'm just surprised that that shirt is still holding on. Oh my goodness. I was surprised it fit last match. I'm even more surprised it's fitting right now, but he is just making this like baby weight.
What a mountain of a man.
Gotta see it in person. Oh my goodness.
For sure. Here comes rookie Seth Hebert on the other side for the Venom. Unofficially, it looks like the Tampa Bay Brigade are leading by 1, now 4. So they really got to keep this lead if they want to take it home. Here comes Jocelyn Williams, another Olympic weightlifter. We love the weightlifters. You gotta love to watch them work. This is where they really shine. Seth Hebert on that last bar. What a struggle. He's gonna go into that fourth finish line. Lydia Smith on the other side. She's really gotta keep it up. Everybody's telling her to hurry up. There's 50 seconds on the clock. Both of them have some athletes to go. Mike Rosa for the Tampa Bay Brigade. He's a rookie this season. Been a lot of fun to watch. Fun personality. He grabbed those cowboy hats to Paul Bear, put it on heads earlier, and he put him to the side. He said, nah, none of that. Thomas Pacenda's telling him to get off the grid. We're going to bring in Kayla Hollings. Kayla Hollings used to play for you, Taylor.
She is. She is a very versatile athlete, so sneaky strong, so fast, very smart. So I'm excited to see her just still doing it and killing it.
That's right. She is on that third quadrant. She's going to get out of there, bringing in somebody else. Alex Smith is the last athlete for the Las Vegas Venom. He's got to hit that second one. Garrison Matthews on that first quadrant. Alex Smith on that second. Is he going to get out of there? Is he going to try that third one? 4 seconds on the clock. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Oh, and that's a fault for Alex Smith, but a good try. Wow.
Good try. It was very, very close.
Unofficially, it looks like it was very close. They're going to have to tabulate the score and make sure that it's correct, but we're going to find out in just a second from Daniel what the real score is, because of course that's in testing. We have people on the sidelines counting the reps, but you know, it's hard to push buttons and watch things at the same time. Make sure you're pressing the right button. You know what I mean? I can't imagine how difficult that is.
Exactly. And like what we said at the beginning, it's going to come down to more consistency. The Venom, they look good. Seth, the rookie, it looked like, I don't know if he hurt himself. I saw him kind of limping off or towards the end, but he barely missed that fourth bar. But I still think even with that, I think the Brigade was just too strong and too consistent of a team. I think they probably came out with the win.
It's like we said, they barely failed fourth bars, you know, so which is crazy. So that really makes a difference in whatever you're doing. But gonna be interesting to see how this plays out, which we'll find out in just a second. Getting ready for that next ringer point, of course, we're gonna see the one, the only Danielle Barry of the Venom going against, here's a surprise, Dan Ty. Both very different athletes, both very different statures. Right, Taylor?
Oh my goodness! You have the gymnast queen over there, and Danielle Barry. Like I said, she kind of landed on her neck a little wrong. So hopefully she's doing okay. We'll see how she moves after this. But then we have Dan Ty. We just finished seeing a feature on him, and
it was fun.
He's fun. He's a fun athlete. You can just tell he's having a great time out here. But Coach Jess Kretzman said that Dan Ty is going to be definitely flipping all over this grid, so they're very confident in him, so I'm excited to see him out here.
It's going to be so fun to watch. I can't believe that it's going to happen. He's ginormous. His biceps are the size of maybe like
my thigh.
Yeah, your thigh, like maybe 1.5 of my thighs. I wish I had your size quads. They're crazy. But let's go ahead and go to Daniel and find out what the score is. Daniel, give us a skinny.
All right, ladder scores are in, and it looks like the Brigade are going to take it. 73 points to the Venom 66. A big race win for the Brigade. Trying to pull ahead here, trying to get some momentum going. So we'll see how the rest of this match plays out. Taylor, Cassie, back to you guys.
Wow. So that is less than 10 points. So the Venom will get 1 point for finishing within 10 points of the Brigade. But way to keep up.
Oh my goodness, Garrison Matthews just came over here and just like, I wasn't supposed to hit that bar. So,
is that what he said?
He just
That's
said that.
crazy.
So when you come up here, it's all about the points. You just have to step up.
Absolutely.
You have to step up and do what needs to be done. And that needed to be done.
Yeah, for sure. In just a second, we're going to go to our friend Daniel on the grid. But we're getting ready for this ringer point race. It's going to be burpee backflips. It's going to be a lot of fun. But let's hear from Daniel. Daniel?
All right, we're here with Brittany Latham of the Tampa Bay Brigade. Brittany, you made the ladder look easy. I mean, you've had an increased role, especially when the barbells come out. You know, what was the strategy? Did you think you were going to clear all 4 of those?
I did. I did think so, yeah.
All the way. So, really, if there were 8 quadrants, you could have took care of that, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Heavy barbell.
Heavy barbell, anything. So, with the rest of this match, it's very close, tied up 7-7. It's very pressure-packed, a lot of stakes. What does the Brigade got to do to take this match?
Keep the momentum going and just stay focused and focus on their race that they're doing, like each one of our teammates, and just hyping them up.
Hey, I look forward to the rest of this match. Great job, and I'm blown away by the ladder. Thank you
so much.
Taylor, we got breaking news in the grid world. Go ahead and tell me what we just learned.
I just love new additions. We just received confirmation that there has been the super wild card has been thrown yet again today.
Woo, we're seeing a lot of those.
Yes. So we have Marissa Oxenford coming in from Dan Ty that we just finished hyping up. And as their only use of the super wild card going against here. And we all know, if you know Marissa is the queen of these. She's very confident. She's super aggressive and feisty. She is fast at them, and she's comfortable.
So Venom look confused. They just announced it. The MC just announced it. They look confused. Oh, boy. They are not.
They're nodding. They're like, okay, we see what you did there.
Yeah, that was the ultimate play,
Yeah.
can I just say. I mean, there's no way. There's no way that wasn't a play, Taylor.
Oh, they were waiting.
I love it.
Just a sneaky like that.
The Brigade said, hey, you wanted to show Venom? I'll show you a show.
They're about to, like, we can sting too. We can sting.
We could do that. We could do that. Wow.
But Danielle, I looked at Danielle. She's still smiling. Alec came over, gave her a hug. The team believes in her. She's an incredible athlete.
That is awesome. I can't wait to see how this plays out.
And they threw, I forgot to, they threw the bonus flag too. Forgot to mention that.
They threw the bonus flag?
They threw the bonus flag. They threw the super wild card and the bonus flag. So
I would too. Marissa Oxenford, I would bet on her. I don't know. This is going to be a tough one. Marissa Oxenford, has she ever lost this?
No.
That's the thing. And Danielle Berry's a rookie. I mean, she's good. But is she good enough to beat one of the best in the entire league? You know what I mean?
We're about to find out.
Wow. Though if I'm in the Brigade, I don't know if I would use my super wild card for the Venom, personally. But we're going to find out in just a second. Body weight versus body weight. Let's see it. All right, it's a sprint to that second quadrant. Marissa Oxenford already completed one. Danielle Berry on the second one.
Done.
And Marissa Oxenford, before I even got the words out my mouth, it was already finished. Wow.
Wow. So now we're going to try to see if she was able to cross and within that 20% differential.
That was a fight, Taylor.
That was a boss move by the Brigade.
And good thing they throw the bonus flag because they knew it. Before she even started that second rep, she was out of there. Well, they're going to tabulate the points and see if they will get that 1 point of credit for finishing within 20% of Marissa Oxenford's total time. So while they tabulate that, I can't speculate. It wasn't that close. You know what I mean? So there's some math that has to happen, not from us, because we're not doing math.
Way above my pay grade.
Yeah, there we go. But we're gonna find out in just a second and get that information to you. In the meantime,
you better get your dance on, Kyle. I see you.
There we go.
Man, you could just tell just with the first step, Marissa was already almost at the second quadrant before Danielle even got off. So after that first flip, it was done. It was done. That was beautiful.
It was interesting for sure. Now we're going to see how the bodyweight specialists fare against each other as a team, not just on an individual basis. It's going to be the Jack and Jill. We'll be right back after your education. Don't go anywhere.
Jack and Jill features 3 stations of high-level bodyweight-based elements that increase in difficulty moving down the grid. 1 male and 1 female are allowed on the grid at any given time, and only 1 player can be working at a time. The team can only move on to the next station when the previous station is complete. This race is the simplest when it comes to rules, but the most reliant on player skill and speed, as the hyper specialists often make the difference in the race. Remember, let the bodyweight ninjas fly in the Jack and Jill race.
And we are back, getting ready for this Jack and Jill. Taylor, go ahead and tell them what they can look forward to.
All right, in this Jack and Jill, we are starting off first with 20 pullovers, and then that's going to go into 10 L-sit to handstand, and then we are going to finish with 5 L-sit rope climbs to a 12-foot height. But the caveat is here, they're going to have a 6-pound medicine ball in between their legs.
Oh, boy, that hurt. We saw the L-sit to handstand be the one that gives people trouble earlier. Actually, we saw the pullover give people trouble. You do have to have your arms straight at the bottom. Is that correct?
Yep, the standards was definitely giving the last match a little bit of a difficult time. So the standard is that you must be at the bottom in the hang in a full lockout and before you complete it. So we saw that in the last match where the team the Wild got a lot of costly faults and allowed the breakers to come back and take that race.
Definitely. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, I've said it once, I've said it a million times probably. The Brigade have some of the 2 best bodyweight specialists on their team. They could do this Jack and Jill themselves. Marissa Oxenford and Chris Chaffee, of course, who are both very good, both very small. So they have that advantage of using, short range of motion for everything that they do, and they're very fast.
Oh, 100%. They are stacked. And this is one of their bread and butters right here, the Jack and Jill. And I was talking with Jess Graveman, and she was saying to watch out for Hannah, and that Hannah will be doing 10 of the L-sit to handstand. But I also just saw Garrison Matthews practice a few, so I don't know if that has changed a lot, or maybe just in case Hannah has some issues that you have that backup there. But almost everybody on this team can do that. You have a very deep roster.
Which is good, because it's an easy one to mess up. It's a really hard one. So it's good to have more than one person being able to do something on the team, especially if you need the backup, especially because you're doing, I believe, 10 of those. So it's just a lot of work for one person to do. We saw Haley Booker get stuck on the bottom earlier, and she wasn't, like, once you gas out on something like that, it's really hard to come back from.
Yeah, 100%. And then, like, with this, like, all the reps really matter, like making sure you hit the standards, because even with the last team, even though they had the costly no reps, they still almost came back and won.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Bodyweight specialist for bodyweight specialist. That's why it's called the Jack and Jill, one male, one female at a time. They can't work at the same time, in case anybody's wondering why they don't just have 2 people do it at a time. They have to do what's called waterfalling. So they have to take turns doing it. Not a whole lot to waterfall here, except for the pullovers maybe, but you just really want to make one person do as much as they can at one time in this specific match format, which is atypical of Jack and Jill.
Exactly. You don't want to get too fancy here because you get a costly no rep, then what is it for?
Yep.
The risk to reward, just keep it simple. Keep it stupid simple with this one.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. Kiss. Yeah. Chris Chaffee and Marissa Oxenford, Dakota Shackleton, Danielle Barry. Let's see it. And they're off. This is Jack and Jill, bodyweight specialist for bodyweight specialist. Can they pull it off? Marissa Oxenford already 2 reps in before Danielle Barry already starts. She is insane.
Oh my goodness, this is her
wow.
bread and butter. She is the Jill for the Tampa Bay Brigade. This is her and Matt Chaffee's bread and butter right here. Look at that communication. They look so comfortable. Chris did a great job just raiding at the top, already in a lockout just so he can get that momentum to go right into that next rep.
Yeah, very well said. He really was. And Hannah Bissett already ready to crush these. Tori Height waiting for Dakota Shackleton to finish off his. And he is not too far behind. He is very fast at those for being such a big guy. He is tall, in case you didn't know.
He's tall. And for him to be at full lockout, the bottom of his feet is almost going to touch the ground.
Definitely. Hannah Bissett, wow. Yeah, it helps that she's short, so she really doesn't have trouble making sure her feet don't touch the ground, which is like the hardest part. Alex Smith is going to be taking over for Tori Height to do those L-sit to handstands. 2 reps remaining for Hannah Bissett over here. Alex Smith making up some time, but is it enough? Because they are already on to the med ball in between the legs for those L-sit rope climbs.
Man,
wow.
That was beautiful. So just like they said Hannah did all 10, which gave them just a lead there. Oh, wow. So a little miscommunication.
Yeah. Little miscommunication. Hannah Bissett is going to have to take over now. It's a little bit harder for her. She has shorter arms. Tori Height is getting ready to complete those. 2 reps remaining for Alex Smith. He was able to make up a lot of time on those. It was a fault for that one. Not sure exactly why. Tori Height is ready to do those. Garrison Matthews ready to take over for Hannah Bissett. Wow. A lot of stuff happening, Taylor.
Oh, yes. I guess there was a fault called on the L-sit, the handstand on the Venom side. So Tori started a little bit earlier than what she thought. So that's why the fault was there. But there was a little bit of a communication error, but they picked it up over here on the Brigade side. But one thing I would also like to point out is that Dalton Herrero isn't even playing this match. So this also shows how deep their squad is because he is arguably one of the best rope climbers in the league, and he's not even playing.
Definitely. Alex Smith making up some great time for the Venom, but Chris Chaffee already hit that last one, and they are going to glide into that finish line well ahead of the Venom. Wow.
It looks like the Tampa Bay Brigade, they found their stride. It was a little bit of back and forth at the beginning, but now they're looking comfortable. They're looking confident, and the second half, you can just tell that they're trying to leave a statement for everybody.
Absolutely. A lot of faults on the Venom. Not sure exactly what is happening. Tori Height making sure that she has her heels over. Dakota Shackleton's going to come in and make up some of the slack. It's tough for Alec because he had to pick up a lot of other people's reps, you know? So he was doing more than he was planning on doing. He's over there on the finish line. They still have that 1 rep remaining. There's 50 seconds on the clock. Tori Height is telling him to go. She can't do it. Dakota Shackleton's going to have to make it up. There's 40 seconds left.
He has to keep his heels up. So I saw when he was coming down, the heels are dropping. They're dropping right there again. They're going to have to, he needs to tag out. He needs to tag out, tag out.
It's a hard watch. I think he's going to have to tag out for Alec, and Alec is just going to have to take it home. Tori Height is getting ready. She's ready to give it to Alec now that he has his rest.
This is probably going to be the only time.
Yeah. They have to finish within that time cap, or else they don't get that 1 minute for finishing under.
There you go. That's better.
Yeah, he got that rest he needed.
And then walk through. Good, good.
Yep.
Good.
They finished with 7 seconds left on the clock. Wow.
They needed that point. They needed that point. Yeah, so Dalton got faulted on his heels. You can tell when he was up there that his heels started to drop.
Yeah.
So the standard is you have to keep the heels above the hip height.
Yep.
If the heels do drop, then the rep is a fault and you have to start again.
Thank you for offering clarity for that, because I'm sure a lot of people didn't necessarily understand what exactly that was. They're huddling in that fourth quadrant, not sure why. It might be a challenge flag being thrown. They're saying to stop the equipment from going back, but now they are picking up the equipment. So it was just a huddle, little team huddle.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say Dalton. It's Dakota.
Yes.
I was just talking about Dalton, so I had Dalton.
I knew who you meant. I knew who you meant. But good clarification for everybody at home. Absolutely. We'll be right back. We're getting ready for this next triad, which is also going to involve some gymnastics. I'm not going to give away quite what it is yet. You're just going to have to see for yourself. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The triad is the only race in which there is a male and a female version performed separately. It consists of 5 elements, each with 3 stations that must be completed individually. 3 players can be on the grid at any given time. All players can perform at any station and in any order. But all of the designated reps must be performed at each station. All 3 stations of each element must be complete before the team can move on to the next element. The triad is all about player conditioning and managing fatigue across the team. The best strategy ensures players have enough left in the tank for the last element and has backup plans for when things inevitably go wrong. Remember, try to catch your breath in the triad race.
I love working out. I'm super passionate about fitness. It's been my life for the last 15 years. 4 years ago, I was diagnosed with osteoporosis. My hips were bothering me, joints were hurting. It would hurt going to bed, it would hurt waking up. It would just like hurt doing daily tasks. I did actually retire from CrossFit because of it. Wasn't sure if I wanted to continue in the fitness space. Lubricin has been my secret weapon to maintain my fitness journey free of pain. I love Lubricin. It's really easy to take. You know, it tasted really good. Every single morning is the first thing I do. Chug a glass of water, take some Lubricin. I'm good to go for the day. Right now, my body's felt better than it has in the last 4 years when I did go to see the doctor for my hips. So I wake up, no pain in the mornings. Working out feels great. About a year ago, it would take 30 minutes to warm up to be able to squat. Now it takes about 5 to 10. And it's been feeling really good. 3-4 years ago, I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue fitness at all, but I'm glad that I'm able to now. I'm feeling good.
Welcome back, United Grid League. We're getting ready for the triad. Taylor, go ahead and tell them what they can look forward to.
All right, so so the women are going to start off with a 20-foot rope sled drag at 135 pounds. Then they're going to go into 20 heavy jump ropes, and then that's going to be followed by 12 synchro burpee box jumps. And then from there, we're going to go into 4 rope climbs and finish it off with a farmer's carry the length of the grid with 115 pounds in each hand. All this while wearing a 14-pound weight vest.
Wow. That is crazy, Taylor. We saw the women do this earlier. It looked absolutely insane. A lot of things can go wrong here. This is one of those ones with so many moving pieces. You got to do everything perfectly. So we're going to see how the women fare against each other. It's going to be women versus women to see who the best female team is, essentially.
And I remember doing this last year. It was the first time this match format was released. And when they said that they were going to add in a weight vest, I was like, here we go, Green. I'm like, people are already calling us a circus show. And I think I said in the last match, Mather was that they said, hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Hold my Olipop. There we go.
And so it was crazy. And knowing just being out there, it makes that weight vest makes a world of difference. But that's why these athletes are the best of the best, and they're going to come out here and crush it.
Definitely. Couldn't agree more. They are getting ready for this. I'm sure the Venom are fired up. They lost the lead that they had. They had a decent lead going into it. The Brigade have since taken it away from them. So a lot of making up that they're going to have to do here if they want to make it count.
Yeah, definitely. And this is definitely, I don't want to take nothing away from the Brigade, but this is definitely a great showing for the Venom and showing what they have been built. It's been a struggle for the past few years just with the cohesiveness and everything, but now they have a full roster. They're showing great signs of this cohesiveness, so it's fun to see them sticking it out. But in that same breath, the Brigade, they found their footing, they found their flow. They are looking strong, and they're here to definitely make a statement to the rest of the league.
Definitely. I think this is one of the strongest, if not the strongest showing that the Venom have shown in their organization's history. So really cool to see it against a team like the Brigade that's so strong and still be, you know, fighting tooth and nail and have it be as close as it is, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm looking right now. They're going to pause the clock right now. It looks like an equipment malfunction with Hannah Bassett. I know she was walking around. She was wearing the weight vest. The weight vest is like bigger than she is. So I think they're trying to adjust the straps so that it fits somebody of her size and stature, so that it is more comfortable for her. So they just paused the clock just to get that situated.
Yeah, for sure. It's really important, especially for someone like Hannah, who really needs to make sure that she's not, you know, drowning in that vest and or having more weight than it's supposed to. Not exactly sure what is happening with the equipment, but we're glad that they're fixing it for her, is my point. Safety and fairness is our #1 priority.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure these athletes don't mind a couple of extra minutes of rest.
I'm sure not. I mean, I wouldn't mind a few, you know, hours of rest if I were them. Like, they're CrossFit athletes, so, you know, it's like, oh, like, you know, you have a few hours before every event and they go and take a nap and stuff, which is crazy to me because grid is boom, 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 one after another. There's nothing delayed for you guys unless there's some kind of ruling or commercial, but really, it's just the equipment that takes long. If we could make it go faster, we would. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, it's probably like anywhere between like 5 to 7 minutes in between each race. So that's not a lot of time just to try to hurry up and get some fluids back in, some quick carbs back into your system. But they do 12 or 11 races in an hour and a half, a little bit less than an hour and a half. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
And max effort.
And max effort.
Again and again.
Again.
Again. Echo.
But it's going to be a lot of fun out here. They're still fixing Hannah's vest. It's happening right in front of us. I don't know if you guys want to take a look at it on the grid.
Do they have a child size weight vest?
They should. People like Hannah exist, and she's
so
amazing.
I just want to fit her in my pocket.
I want like 10 more Hannahs. Just the energy that she brings is so awesome.
She has a big smile on her face. They're just going to tape a weight vest around her.
Definitely. So going into this is going to be women for women, and we're going to see just how they fare against each other for the third time, as I've said it today, but for the first time today. It looks like it's going to be it's going to be Marissa Mayer, Lydia Smith, and Julia Cook coming out for the first time for the Venom. And it's going to be Kayla Hollings, Jess Kraisman, Ariana Durham for the Brigade. 10 seconds away to see which female team will take this one away. Let's see it. And they're off. It's going to start with that sled drag pull. They got to have it touch that second quadrant. They could run backwards if they want to. That's what Ariana Durham did, and it paid off for her. Looks like the Venom are the first ones to start on those heavy ropes. It's going to be 1.5 inches in diameter. It's literally just a heavy rope. It's not a jump rope, friends. It's literally as crazy as it looks. Michelle's coming off. She's going to be waiting for her friends on the Venom to come out and support her with those. People on the equipment crew, kind of in the way for that Triad, but they are starting those box jumps first. Wow, I don't think anybody was expecting that kind of outcome over here. Those box jumps over here for the Venom. They're looking like a well-versed team over there. So are the Brigade.
Yeah,
these Brigade ladies are very small, so really cool to see them do this.
And this is also our first time actually seeing coach and athlete Jess Kraisman in here. This shows you the depth of their team. Usually you'll see Jess play from start to finish, but this is the first time that she's been introduced into the match. And last year she was actually pregnant.
Yeah.
with her own little 20-pound weight vest. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna be flying a lot more without that extra weight vest on top of a weight vest.
Good one, Taylor. I was just about to say that. No, but she's flying through this without that extra 20-pound built-in weight vest.
She was just weight training.
That's right. The Venom have a slight lead against the Brigade here. 1 rep remaining for Tori Height, 2 reps remaining for Julia Cook, 1 rep remaining for Marissa Mayer, 2 remaining for the Brigade on this side. Wow, I think the Venom have a good chance of taking this one away. There's 1 rep remaining for Julia's rope over here. Can they pull it off? Hannah just has 1 rep.
Oh,
Kayla has 1 rep.
Whoa.
Tori High was struggling. Oh, the farmer carries are first. Wow.
They need to go.
They started first. Julia Cook, can she finish it off? She's struggling there. Can she finish ahead of the other team? 2 of the Venom are through. Oh, wow.
They took it. The Venom took it.
Wow, I was not seeing that one coming, Taylor.
Wow. The Brigade their women are typically so strong in this, and it came down to it. The Venom had a little bit of a hard time on that last rope climb, but they stayed with it. And then at the end, Hannah Bassett ran out, but she needed to tag her athlete, and you'll see Marissa on the sidelines literally drug Hannah over to tag her athlete. Hannah slung it, so that kind of cost them a couple of seconds right there.
Wow, that was amazing. Definitely did not see that one coming. I have to be honest with you. They totally took that one away and took it right up from under their feet.
Woo! Venom said, we still here.
Yep.
We still here. We playing.
It's going to be interesting to see if they could close that differential going into the next races. But so far, they're not adding too much. They're only down by 4 unofficially. But we'll see as we go into that male triad.
Oh, yeah. That was a must-win for the Venom. So let's
They're
see.
still in this. It's still anybody's game, actually.
Whoa.
All right, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Sorry, I'm going to go ahead and take it to my friend Daniel. I knew I was taking it to Daniel.
We're here with Hannah Bassett, Tampa Bay Brigade's bodyweight specialist, coming off female triad. You've done it all. You've done aerials, you've done rope climbs, you've done box jumps. What does it mean to be on a team that relies on your specialty so much?
Oh, I love it. It's so much fun being able to do the things I know I excel at, and then be trusted by the team to be able to perform at that level. It's so much fun. And I love just refining my craft.
Yeah, they really appreciate you and all the things that you bring to the table for the team. Obviously, you guys are pulling ahead here. What does the team need to do to focus and really take care of the rest of this match?
Yeah, we really just need to keep our focus on, treat everything like it's 0-0, and just keep pushing through.
That's Hannah Bassett. Appreciate it, Hannah. Best of luck.
Wow.
She is so tiny. I love her so much.
I want to be her when I grew up. I wish, she is the ultimate specialist, you know what I mean? She's not someone that can excel at CrossFit because of her size, to make it as far as the elite and games level. But in grid, she absolutely thrives. So it's just so cool to see her do her thing.
And this is why I love this sport so much, because with CrossFit, you have to be good at everything. And there's so many incredible athletes in CrossFit that you'll never hear of because because of just size and just body types.
Yeah.
It just doesn't fit them, but it doesn't make them any less of an athlete. Grid just allow the specialists to really have their platform to show off what they get to do best. So we have, of course, Hannah Bassett, the little firecracker there, but then you'll see Arturo Cabral later on, who is the tallest athlete in there, 6'7" as well too, but such an incredible athlete doing a lot of gymnastics and lifting heavy weight as well.
It's really cool, and this sport is unlike any other. Let's go ahead and see what we can look forward to in the male triad now that we're here. Oh, I'm not getting over that transition. It is so cool. Taylor, go ahead and tell them the specifics.
All right, so the men, they are going to be doing a 20-foot rope sled drag. Their weight is going to be 225 pounds. Then they have 20 heavy jump ropes. Their rope is going to be 2 inches in diameter. Then they got 12 synchro burpee box jump overs over a 24-inch box, 4 rope climbs all the way up to 15 feet. And then they're going to be finishing off with a farmer's carry with 170 75 pounds in each hand, all while wearing a 20-pound weight vest.
Yep, so everything that the women just did, just except a little bit heavier. It's going to be fun to see. That extra 20 pounds adds a lot, especially for those rope climbs. We've seen them give him trouble. I see Alex Smith in a vest, which is going to be so fun to see. I love to watch him do his CrossFit thing. He is so, like, endurance and just do all the things and all the gymnastic stuff, but also all the box jumps and all the, you know, anything involving burpees or a jump rope. So it's really cool.
And like, yes, he's a bodyweight specialist as well too, and he's dealing with an injury. But Alec is strong.
Yeah,
I remember he power cleaned 405 pounds.
He sure did.
So he is a gymnast, but I'm like, don't let them running on the hands fool you. My guy's strong over there.
He sure is. Now we're gonna see how the men fared against each other. The Venom totally took that away from the Brigade on the last one. There's a 4-point differential between the two teams. Still anybody's game. This is probably the closest we've seen all season as far as games go. It's still anybody's, and it feels good to say that.
It is. Whoa.
Wait, what was that?
The Venom just threw their bonus flag.
The Venom just threw their bonus flag. You heard it first here, guys.
They've been taking gambles and bets all day, and it's been paying out.
They better back it up.
Why not? They've been backing it up with the challenges and everything, so let's see. Whew.
And they are off. Dylan Florentine, Wes Kitts, Alex Smith for the Venom. For the Brigade, it's going to be Chris Chaffee, Mike Rosa, Dan Haberman, and it looks like the Venom are the first ones over there. Look at that Olympian jumping rope with the heavy rope. Wow.
I know. There was
crazy.
There was something strange that happened. I don't know what happened, but there was...
I think there was a trip over here on the Brigade side, but Wes Kitts was able to finish, and he's going to tag in Seth Hebert. Looks like Hebert is going to be coming in for those box jumps. A lot of transitions from the Venom. Don't know if it's the best idea, but we'll see how it plays out. Alex Smith is coming out, and it looks like it did pay off because the Venom are the first one to the box jumps. They're starting off at the bottom. It's Dan Ty, it's Chris Chaffee, and it's Garrison Matthews for the Brigade, and the Venom are making up time over there. Alex Smith, Seth Hebert, Dakota Shackleton. CrossFitters, man, doing those box jumps. This is what they're made for. 5 reps remaining for the Venom. They have a healthy lead. Don't forget, they have that bonus flag on the line, and if they don't win it, dare I say, it is over if the Brigade take that one. So 1 rep remaining for the Venom over here, and they're gonna go to that rope climb. Alex Smith, Dakota Shackleton, Seth Hebert. Why are they walking to the rope? You gotta have that sense of urgency. Alex Smith is the first to touch the top. Dan Ty is out. Dakota Shackleton is out. All of these amazing athletes are climbing up this rope with an extra 20 pounds on their chest.
I know Alex Smith looks a little gas over here, but one thing I was looking at with the Venom, they are the taller of the two teams, so that may come in to help them out on the rope climbs if they stop resting too much on the ground. So.
Yeah, they're resting way too much. 1 rep remaining, but there's only 1 rep remaining from the Brigade. The Venom have lost their lead. The Brigade have 2 reps remaining on this first rope. Is that gonna be enough? Alex Smith making up time on this second rope, and the Venom have the lead. They're starting the farmer carries. Wow.
There they go.
Wes Kitts, Seth Hebert. Ropes are in the air. They're swinging on the ropes. Dan Haberman making up time, but the Venom take the male triad, and therefore the bonus flag.
Wow. Oh my goodness, I almost froze. Oh my goodness. Coach Tomas over here on the Brigade, he looked a little upset. I think, I think that we're about to see a challenge flag.
Oh,
he is not happy about
friends,
something.
I wonder what it could be.
Oh my goodness,
we're gonna find out in just a second.
My heart can't take much more. I don't know if it's the caffeine or this match.
Taylor, I gotta say, that's one of the most intense triads I've ever seen in my grid history. That was amazing. Was the flag thrown?
Yep.
The flag was thrown.
Oop.
Head referee has it in his hand. Not sure what's being called, but look at the fans watching this. They are not happy. This is Dakota Shackleton's girlfriend, Katie. She's also a CrossFit athlete out of Las Vegas, and they do not look happy that there is a challenge flag in play. But we're going to find out in just a second. Woo. Taylor, what are you thinking?
Coach Tomas, he was the head ref for many years.
Yes.
So he knows this. He knows standards. He has a great eye, and he's very smart and strategic. If he throws a challenge flag, it's for a reason. And so, so the fact that he threw it, he's very confident with it. I think other than his the earlier one, he's pretty good at calling what he sees and him being typically right.
Definitely. I mean, we don't know what it is. I don't want to speculate too much while we don't know exactly what's happening. But it looks like our friend Daniel is getting the skinny for us.
Oh, man. Something's going on. But I'm actually kind of worried because Venom looked a little fatigued walking. They gave
that everything.
They had a huge lead coming off the burpee box jump overs, but they were taking their time walking and resting at the bottom for the rope climb. So let's see if they got anything left in the tank. Alec has been playing this whole entire match, so I know he's tired.
Let's go ahead and get the skinny from Daniel on what is happening. Daniel, tell us a little bit more.
All right, it looks like we got a referee review challenge going on right now. The referees got to get together because there's discrepancy of whether reps were being completed before an element was done. So the Venom had the sled still in motion while they were doing jump ropes. So they're going to go back, they're going to review it, they're going to take a look and see if we need to restart this or if it's going to stand on the grid. Cassie?
Thanks for that, Daniel. Oof. Taylor, tell me what that look on your face means. Educate the class.
The Triad is like one of the worst races to rerun. So what they're trying to say and argue is a ref challenge. So Tomas, I guess, gets to keep his challenge flag. Was that we saw on our end that the sled was still being pulled over, but there were reps that on the jump rope that were being completed. So they're trying to see if those reps are actually being counted or not, and if they were, then that challenge would be upheld, and then they would have to rerun the rope climbs and the farmer's carry.
Not only did it, but would it have definitively affected the outcome of the race, which it was a pretty close race, so it's going to be a very tough call and a very costly call. You know what I mean? Because this is for essentially all the marbles. That would have closed their gap a little bit more, and then it really could be down to the sprint relay and possibly, dare I say it, go into gridlock.
Ooh.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
I believe you were the last gridlock, if I'm not mistaken.
We were.
Against the Lions?
Yes, and we won.
And you sure did.
We did.
To make it to the championship, which you also won.
Yes, we did. It was a great year. It was a great year.
It was a great year. What a fun time. I love grid history. But we're going to find out in just a second. I think Daniel's getting the skinny. Oh, it looks like Daniel has a ruling for us. Let's go ahead and take it to Daniel. Daniel?
It looks like the review has been settled. There's not going to be any restart or rerun of this race because the outcome of the race wouldn't have been determined. It was determined, however, that they did start jumping rope prior to the sled being drugged, but because it didn't impact the win or loss of the race, there's no rerun and the result's going to stand.
Wow, what a huge win for the Venom.
They lucked out.
I can hardly believe it. I mean, the jump rope is so fast, you know, like what kind of things you have to be going through to be able to like definitively affect the outcome on a jump rope. The way that Wes Kitts was slinging that thing, I thought he went to the Olympics for jump rope. Is that an Olympic sport?
Well, I think he made it to whatever he touched would turn into an Olympic sport.
I mean, I don't doubt it. He's crushing it. But I'm going to go ahead and take it to my friend Daniel in just a second. He's on the floor with the man, the myth, the legend, Wes Kitts. He said he's not Wesley. I tried to call him Wesley. He's like, I'm Wes. He's like, all right, dude.
Big country. You got to call him Big Country.
Big Country. There we go. I believe he's out of Tennessee somewhere. So interesting to see how it plays out. But Daniel will be with him in just a second. And Daniel's going to talk to someone else probably, because actually Wes Kitts left the premises. I think he had to go warm up for something specific, but we're gonna find out what exactly is up. In the meantime, we're getting ready for the sprint relay, and this is where it's coming down to, right, Taylor?
Yeah, it's gonna come down to it. So that was a huge win for the Venom.
Let's go ahead and take it to the grid. He actually has Tori Height. Let's go ahead and take it to Tori. Tori?
All right, we're here with the Venom's Tori Height. Tori, amazing season thus far. Kind of one of those glue-type athletes that can do just about anything the team asks for you to do. You come out with fire, a little bit short right now. What do you tell the team to kind of finish this thing strong?
I mean, we've had the odds stacked against us all season. We show up with a good attitude. The camaraderie's there. The teamwork's there. We're trying really, really hard. We fill in the gaps the best that we can. This is the best roster I think we've had all season, and I think we're playing really well with it. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, it's interesting. You guys had a little meeting in the back. What was discussed, or was it anything as just, hey, let's get it together?
It was just pretty much, like this team is truly the only team that, we know what we've been through this season. And it was pretty much just put that behind us. Let's get this done. Let's do what we can. Whatever happened before this happened already, and let's just make this happen today.
Well, I appreciate the time. Best of luck the rest of the weekend. Thank you, Tori.
Tori Height, what a class act.
I love that.
She is awesome.
I absolutely love that. She is stepping up as a leader, a big voice on that team. And the team in Las Vegas, they're responding. So they have the opportunity to come out with their first win. And they've been fighting no matter what little mistakes have happened. And I love what she just said. So I'm excited. This is, like you said, if they win this, then in the Brigade finish, it will come down to a gridlock.
It really is down to the sprint relay for the first time. So it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out.
Yeah, and so as they're putting out all the equipment and everything, a little fun fact about Wes Kitts and I'm so happy to see him out there. But him and I will have the opportunity to be a part of Team USA for weightlifting back in 2017. So to be able to be in a position where I had the a chance to see him in the NPGL, then compete with him in Team USA and see him back out here. Like, he is such an incredible athlete, but even better person. So it's fun to see Wes back out here and all the other OGs of the NPGL come back out on the floor.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be fun to see how this plays out. I mean, this is for all the marbles. I mean, I think it's the first time this season that it's happening actually for all the marbles. I mean, we know it says it's down to the sprint relay, but it's never been down by 1 point, which is so, so cool. And I can't wait to see how it turns out. Now, my friend Daniel is actually on the grid with our friend Wes Kitts. So let's go ahead and hear from him.
All right, we're here with the man, Wes Kitts. Wes, obviously Olympic lifting pedigree, got a huge resume there, a lot of accolades that we could talk about, but the big question is, how are you enjoying this first time out on the grid?
I love Grid League. I love the team aspect. I love the speed, the racing. This is just fun for me, man. I did team sports my whole life before I got into weightlifting, and I love being in them.
We just talked to Tori Height. She said, the team itself hasn't been as strong as it is today. What does that mean to somebody like you coming on, hearing that, being a part of that really cohesion that really makes it the strong point?
Yeah, I mean, I was confident in being able to produce on the grid, and I think she's right. You bring in somebody that's got a lot of weightlifting under their belt, and you put them on barbells, like, you should expect to be fast there. And I appreciate the vote of confidence from her, though, for sure.
So we're gonna finish up this sprint relay. You got the barbell at the end?
Yeah.
All right, man. I'm looking forward to it. Crush it. Finish strong.
Thank you, Wes, for those words. He said, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why I came here.
What else did I come here for?
I love that. He's so direct, so country. Yeah, that's what it is. It's very country of him.
Of course.
Yeah. So, fun times. I mean, it's going down to this last one. Don't go anywhere. We're going to educate you about sprint relay. We're going to see how this ends together.
The sprint relay is the final race of every match and is worth an extra point for the race win. It is a relay race with 1 player allowed on the grid at a time and 8 elements to perform. Any player can perform on any element, and substitutions can happen at any time, except when a player performs the last rep of an element. In that case, the player must run back to the start line, perform a 4-point touch behind the start line, and sprint through to the finish line, permanently leaving the race. The next player may enter once the previous one has crossed the finish line. The only exception is the distance element that ends at the finish line with no sprint back required. The catch is, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements. The sprint relay is a great balance of strategy to decide which players in what order are the best combination, along with clean and well-executed elements by the players, to lead to the best race outcome for the team. Remember, 4 men and 4 women must finish the 8 elements in the sprint relay.
Sprint relay, this is for everything. Go ahead and tell them what they can look forward to.
All right, so we have 10 clusters at 155 pounds going right into 4 aerials. Then we have 1 sled push from start to finish, followed by 5 burpee wall jumps over a 6-foot 1-inch wall. Then we have 2 hang to handstands on the rings, followed by 7 bar muscle ups, then 10 double kettlebell ground overhead with 35 pounds, and then finishing up with a very light 4 reps of deadlifts at 330 pounds.
That's the one that Wes had. He said, yeah.
Is it yeah? Yep.
I mean, 30 seconds away from the action. This means everything. If the Venom win this, it goes into gridlock, which means that they would have to do the last 4 elements of sprint relay again, almost like a rerun, except you get that extra point to break the tie. Gridlock is what we call a tie. But if the Brigade win, they do just take it. This is... I can't explain how much more this means to both of these teams. We just have to watch it play out, guys. And they're off. Eddie G versus Dan Haberman for these clusters. Dan Haberman crushing these. He is so fast on these. He's giving it everything he got. Eddie catching up just a little bit. Slow to start, but he's getting there. 5 reps remaining for Eddie, 4 reps remaining for Dan, and they are going to go into that next element. Lydia Smith looks like she's going to be coming out for 1. Rebecca Rouse is also coming out for 1. Eddie finishing off his last before he tags in Lydia, and she's going to hit that last one. Rebecca Rouse already out of there. Lydia Smith has to sprint to the finish line because Hannah Bissett is already doing those aerials. Danielle Berry really has to make sure that she is completing those as quickly as she can to catch up, because Hannah Bissett just absolutely crushed it.
And I'm watching Dana Berry just really take her time, and she crushed that because, like I said, in the echo, she did miss one, and she did follow her neck, so I know she wanted to make sure that she kept everything nice.
She did that thing. Yeah. It made up some decent time for the Venom, because it looks like, is that Seth Heber going down with the sled, and Mike Rosa on this side for the Brigade on the blue doing the same. Seth Heber's making up some serious time here. Garrison Matthew is onto those jump over the walls. Dakota Shackleton is doing the same thing on the other side. Dakota Shackleton knows what's at stake. He knows that he has to do this for his team. This is for all the marbles. The season is over for the Venom if they do not finish this. So now Garrison Matthews finishing off his last rep. He's going to go into the 4-point touch and hit the finish line. This is the last rep for Dakota Shackleton, making up some serious time. He's got to give it everything he got to that finish line. Let's go, Dakota. Chris Chaffee, he is such a specialist. Just look how he works here for the L-sit to handstand. 2 reps remaining. Alex Smith, he's going to make these look like butter. So easy. Chris Chaffee finishing off those last 2. Beautiful. Alex Smith making up some serious time for his team. It is now neck and neck. Marissa Oxenford getting loaded to come up. She is going to be going to the bar. It's going to be those muscle ups. Tori Hyde doing the same thing on the other side. They got to finish these as quickly as possible, Taylor.
Oh my gosh, this is exactly what we talked about. Marissa is definitely shorter in stature, so her lockout's going to be a little bit quicker. Tori has to pull herself down a lot faster. She's showing too much control at the top.
Wow, she finished pretty fast compared to Marissa Oxenford. Marissa Oxenford is already out of there. Sprint to the finish, and it looks like it's going to bring out Marissa Mayer for the Venom, and this is Jess Kraisman for the Brigade. This is not who I would want to see on the other side of me. Jess Kraisman slings those kettlebells like it's nobody's business. Look at that. Woo!
They are moving over there.
Marissa Mayer, for being a lot taller, is also slinging those things, but they have some reps to make up for sure. Wow, she did catch up.
Whoa,
and she is the first one. It is still anybody's game. The crowd is electric. You have to be here. Look at the crowd going wild. Marissa is just a little bit ahead. It's going to come out to the deadlifts. You're against an Olympian if you're the Brigade. And the Venom, after everything that they've been through, they need West Kids with the 4-point touch. And he did what he had to do to get his team in for a gridlock. I can hardly breathe, ladies and gentlemen. This is the most excitement we've seen this season. These teams evenly matched. Taylor, you know what that means, right?
We are going to gridlock.
Wow.
Oh, my heart.
Wait, it might be too close to call.
Oh,
Hands
there's
are
a
in the air.
ref. Oh, shoot, there's a ref.
There's a ref call
ref
on
call.
one of the elements. Now the question is, Taylor, though, if they do decide to rerun it, do they rerun it and also do the gridlock?
Ooh.
Wow. They would have to rerun it and also do the gridlock.
My hand.
Let me get confirmation.
This is the first time this has happened. They're talking it over right now, but yeah, if there is, in fact, if this actually upholds for the refs challenge, then they would have to rerun this. If the Venom still wins this, then you're right. I think it does have to go into a gridlock.
Taylor, I am shaking right now. That was the most excitement we've seen on the grid all season. I need some clarification from Daniel. I don't know what's happening. Let me go ahead and take it to my friend Daniel. Daniel?
All right, we got two separate things going on. We got a referee review challenge. They're looking at the reps that were done on the ring the ring handstands by Chris Chaffee, making sure that he was already set and up. Depending on how that goes will depend on whether the Venom's challenge flag will even be needed. So we're sorting it all out. We got to make sure we got such a close match. We got to make sure we get it right. But we're going to review it. We're going to take a look at it, and then we'll be right back.
Wow, so it wasn't even a challenge on the Venom.
Yeah.
So it looks like it will go into gridlock either way.
Either way, wow. Oh my goodness, I got this button all the way up to the top. I may have to loosen this up.
I'm shaking. Look at these. Wait, but also look at my nails. It's the Grid League logo. Do you see it?
Shoot. Let me put my nails down.
Cool. Okay. So, sorry, I had to show those off. I was really excited about them. It's the Grid League logo.
Those
Come
are dope.
on now. I gotta support the league. I have a lot of excitement in my bones.
I just got long nails.
Those are nice. Wow, those are your natural nails. Okay. Anyway, we're going into this grid.
I woke up like this.
They're so good. We're going into this gridlock. We're going into a rerun either way, friends. So, I mean, you couldn't write a better story than this. What an underdog story come true. Right, Taylor?
Yep. So this is what's going to happen. Because they're in gridlock, you have to have 2 men and 2 women cross the line. So now so now a woman is going to, more than likely, have to finish the deadlifts at the end. So, or they're going to have to, somebody's going to have to do that burpee to wall. So they're up there figuring out who goes where, because you have to have 2 men and 2 women cross that line. So both teams are trying to figure out who's going to be those athletes.
So it's going to start from the ring handstands. It's going to go into the muscle-ups, the kettlebell ground to overhead, and the 4 deadlifts. So the referee is deliberating, telling us what's happening, but we're going to hear it specifically from Daniel. Daniel?
All right, so we got a result here. It looks as though the Venom did not do a 4-point touch, and because of that, we're going to have to restart the last 4 elements of this race. There was some discrepancy, however, about Chris Chaffee on the ring handstands, whether he completed that first rep accurately. That deemed to be good, but the 4-point touch is what they ended up going back to review, because it's going to determine that split second is what's going to determine the outcome on this race. So we're going to rerun those 4 elements, and we'll see. Hopefully we'll have a good ending here, and we'll get a determining factor and a winner of this race.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So what was it on the Venom side that was reviewed?
They said that, I just had to bring it forward. The 4-point touch. Sorry about that.
Oh.
They said that there wasn't a good 4-point touch at the end. So when you finish an element, you have to run back to the start, and you have to have both hands and feet behind the line touching the ground. So I think when Wes slid, I saw that. I think one of his hands was probably still inbound. So that doesn't technically count as a 4-point touch because it has to be behind the line in the start.
Wow. This is some serious business, Taylor. It's going to be a 4-element rerun and then a 4-element gridlock if the Venom wins.
If the Venom wins.
Because if they don't, it's over.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Wolf. This is day one.
This is day one.
Second match. We still got 2 more to go.
This is perhaps the most competitive match I've seen in a while.
Hands down.
Yeah. Wow. I have no words except for wow, guys. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss for them. I know them usually the yapper, and I'm still yapping somehow. But as far as adjectives to describe this, I mean, I have no other words except wow.
I know I keep saying this every single time, but I'm so glad I'm retired. Like, I get to be a fan. I get to legit sit back here, talk grid with you, talk strategy, and just watch it in real life. Like, to be a fan here is amazing.
Ain't it fun?
It's fun.
It is.
My joints feel better, too.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. You're doing a lot of weightlifting these days, though. Just weightlifting, though.
I'm trying to get back into it. I missed the stage.
Okay.
So hopefully I can get back into it as a masters athlete. So
ooh.
I'm excited.
That'll be a lot of fun, and I'm sure I'll see you there because I go to a lot of the masters events too. So well, I'm gonna be there and cheering on my friend Taylor. I'm gonna make signs with your face and everything. But I mean, I don't know when they're going to restart this, but it's gonna be any second. Yeah, why don't we just come right back when the action is about to start, and you don't go anywhere, and we don't go anywhere, and we get ready to talk some more. Be right back.
Unlike American football or baseball, where positions are very clearly defined with rules specific to them, grid league positions are more general. Think of it as a spectrum with a 4-foot gymnast on one end and a 400-pound strongman on the other, with every possible size, shape, and skill set focus filling in the middle. Roles on the grid have a lot of crossover from position to position, and there are many possible combinations that will yield a great team. Grid League has 3 primary player positions or roles on the team. Utility players generally have a wide range of abilities and end up with a diverse set of assignments on the grid. Utility players, although often assigned more total work than specialists, will still focus on their best movements as their means to contribute to the team. The strength specialist role often involves heavier assignments and, depending on the player's background, may be even more focused to individual types of strength movement, such as Olympic weightlifting or strongmen. Most of the super high-skill movements like backward roll to support in deficit, freestanding handstand push-ups are performed by bodyweight specialists. That said, there are several bodyweight specialists that mainly focus on more basic movements, but for big sets and fast cycle rates. Many are gymnasts as well, but even some of the best do not have gymnastics backgrounds, such as former MVP Paul Lays. Learn more about the sport of grid lead at fgl.com/learn.
My name is Alex Smith. I play for the Las Vegas Venom, and I am a bodyweight specialist. Athletics have kind of been the main focus of my life since I was a kid. Love gymnastics. I was in it 5 days a week for 4 or 5 hours a day. It was kind of like my life growing up. I think a main reason why I am super competitive is because I did have an older brother growing up. So it was always something to work towards or strive towards because he was the one that kind of set that goal. And then I also had a younger brother who was trying to be as good as us. My dad was running back from Naval Academy, so always competitive growing up, always like pushing us to be our best. Found CrossFit when I was about 17, 18 years old, right when I graduated high school, and fell in love with CrossFit just as much as I fell in love with gymnastics, and kind of like replaced that for me. Had the gymnastics background, I was able to do the muscle ups, the handstand walks, handstand push-ups, all that stuff came very easily to me. And so I made the goal to be a CrossFit Games athlete, and When I did qualify, it was, it felt like a dream almost. It was the first time in my life where I did reach a big goal that I set for myself. There was a lot of speculation at the time, competing at the highest level, people like asking questions, this and that, Reddit, online chats, forums, people just like, is Alec gay, this and that. It definitely was like a scary moment being the first in the space, but I definitely knew that it was time.
So I'm gay, and I'm at the point in my life now where I'm okay with that.
Growing up in a military family, very sports.
And we are back. This is For Everything, friends. This is the rerun of the sprint relay. They're going to have to rerun it. If the Venom win, they're going to have to do it again for gridlock. This is absolutely insane. This almost never happens. It never goes into a tie in the first place. So the fact that it was this and that they took that chance for this is absolutely insane. This is For Everything, friends. Sprint relay rerun. Venom versus Brigade. There is no room for any mistakes over here, friends. Alex Smith versus Chris Chaffee. We've seen them do this all day. Alex Smith is finishing off that first rep. Chris Chaffee getting really good into it, better than he did last time, but Alex Smith is off the rings first, and he's gonna touch that start line and get to the end. Tori Height looks like she's gonna be ready to come out first, and she is going to be hitting those bar muscle ups. Good thing that she's starting ahead of Marissa Oxenford because she is really that girl. Tori Height has insanely improved her gymnastics. They are both such skilled gymnasts.
It looks like Tori must have hurt because she's actually pulling down a lot faster than she was before. So she's gonna need that. Her reps are beautiful, but now they got a comfortable lead, but you gotta make sure that everything is clean.
That's right. Tori Height finished ahead of Marissa Oxenford. It's very close, though, friends. Marissa Mayer is coming out for those kettlebells. It looks like she learned her lesson. She really pulled it through for them last time. Dan Tai is also very fast, though. He barely has to hit that extension. I would say he really has to get his arms up all the way over his head. The referee was taking away reps. 3 reps remaining for Marissa. 1 rep remaining, and she is going to sprint into the start line for that 4-point touch, and they're keeping that race. Oh my gosh, West Kitts coming out. It's going to be the same thing as last time. West Kitts to the deadlift. It has to be 3. Marissa.
4.
Yes, thank you. Wow, Rebecca Rouse on the other side.
Yep.
West
there
Kitts.
There we go.
So good. The Venom are going to take this one, and it's going to be a gridlock. Wow, what a way to secure the win for the Venom.
It was, and I actually appreciate that strategy move by the Brigade. So they saw how much of a lead and stronger than Marissa was than Jess. So they put Dan Tai there, which was a great move.
It was a great move.
It was a great move, but Marissa had just a couple of reps ahead, which gave them enough time to put Wes out there, and Rebecca unfortunately couldn't cut it with West Kitts on the other side.
Yep. It looks like the equipment crew is resetting because, of course, it is gonna go into a gridlock.
So now I'm interested. To see if the Brigade sticks with the same thing, because I don't know if it made that much of a difference there.
I would definitely send a man out for that last bar. I mean, Rebecca Rouse is very strong, but the difference in anatomy from male to female is significant. So I would definitely say sending a man out and putting a woman back in for those kettlebells is going to make a huge difference.
Exactly. Now we're also going to see if fatigue and conditioning is actually going to play a part in there. I would send Jess back in there because this will be Marissa's 3rd time doing it now. So this going to be 30 reps that she's going to have performed, and then Jess can come out there. She wasn't behind by that much, so it may be better just to leave a guy at the end to handle those 330s.
The Venom strategy is paying off, but the Brigade have, a little bit maybe fresher players that can do what they're doing. So can it pay off for them a 3rd time is the question now for the Venom.
I mean, I'm looking at West Kitts. West Kitts is just like...
the hardest part for West Kitts is the running.
Exactly. He was out there saying that this is the most condition he's done in a long time.
He's a weightlifter. We don't run.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know.
So he's definitely getting in his shuttle sprints right now.
We're closing off this matchup in 1 minute when they do the gridlock. Hey, hold on. Sorry. Someone's calling me. Hello? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. They want me to stop saying this is for all the marbles, but I have no other way to say it, Taylor.
It's for all the marbles, only possible, whatever you want to do. And Vegas is putting everything out there on the table. So right now, look like they cashing in.
You know what they've been saying? Bet on us.
I'm here for
They're at the table, Taylor. They're at the table.
They're at the table with all the chips in. They're being reckless, but it looks like it's about to pay off.
That's right. Alex Smith actually had to tape up his ankle. Chris Chaffee versus Alex Smith for the umpteenth time today. This is for everything, guys. Don't blink. And they're off. Alex Smith, Chris Chaffee, ring to handstands. It looks like Alec actually missed a little bit of the lead on that one, just because he kind of missed the ring. But at the same time, it's going to be a lot closer this time, Taylor. It's going to be a lot closer. Wow.
Whoa.
Bringing out.
Chris left it out.
Marissa Oxenford knows what's on the line for her team. So does Tori Hype, but Marissa Oxenford is not going to make the same mistake twice. The Brigade have a slight lead here, Taylor. It's very, very slight. I wouldn't even say it was by an entire rep ahead.
What I would say is that Chris Chaffee, he was like, the only thing that matters is this one right here. Keep the main thing the main thing. He kept his team in there. So let's see what it comes to. I think it's going to come down again to these kettlebell ground over.
Oh, no, that is a fault for the 4-point touch for the Venom. It's a fault for the 4-point touch for the Venom.
You gotta make it clean. Oh my gosh.
That is going to cost them. Jess Kraisman is on those kettlebells. Marissa is gonna have to make up a lot of time here. I don't think she can. There's 4 reps remaining, 3 reps remaining. They're gonna be sending out a stronger man for the deadlifts this time. 5 reps remaining for Marissa on the Venom side. Oh wow, that cost them a lot. They're going to have to redo that. They might have to redo it if it's a referee's mistake. They're gonna have to hurry up. Marissa's gonna have to put a pep in her step. Dan Ty is coming out for the deadlifts. Wes Kitts is out for the deadlifts. He has to do them as quickly as possible. 1 rep remaining for Dan Ty, and it's too late. The Brigade are going to secure their win for the Tampa Bay Brigade. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
He has to run into the finish line.
Oh my gosh.
I have no words. I don't know if they're gonna try to throw a a challenge flag there. They're reviewing the tape for the Venom. They're gonna I think they're gonna throw that challenge flag.
They are?
I don't know what's happening. The Brigade are celebrating. Both of these teams are fighting tooth and nail. It means everything now, Taylor. You have to throw it at this point. The equipment crew are saying to stop the presses, stop trying to reload everything.
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you have to run it like 5, 6, 7 times, because I saw Dakota point to their side about, I think Marissa, about her not doing the 4-point touch.
Yeah.
In this, you have to be clean. You have to be clean. So I don't know if they're going to go in and look at it or not. Or I see the hugs coming. So I think they're just gonna.
I think they're forcing it in. I don't know if they're gonna redo it or not.